Yes.
So we're not taking the Nova out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on, switch. Switch. There it goes. Okay. Alright, can somebody tell me if we have audio, please?
How do you tell?
I need somebody to turn on the volume on their phone.
How do you turn the volume on? You have to be on somebody's phone.
Yeah, I just need to know if somebody...
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Speak call.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Yep. Hold on.
Alright.
I got to turn this off. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now you.
Okay. Alright, sorry for the little unsmoothness there at the beginning. We had to make sure that you guys could actually hear us, but today we are going to celebrate Mother's Day, and since I have a hot rod mom, we're going to do a hot rod project on our hot rod truck, and we are going to install a shifter. Here's your shifter.
The Christmas shifter.
Oh, go get the shifter. Okay. So we're going to install a shifter that we got from my mom on Christmas. Now that's not her only gift for Mother's Day. I also got her some cat t-shirts, one of which she's wearing right now. So we got her this nice B&M gated shifter. And today we are going to replace the kind of poorly designed shifter that is in the truck right now. She can't really shift the thing very well just because her hands aren't big enough. So we're going to install this nice brand new B&M shifter, and we're also going to answer any of the comments that you have in the comment section. My dad is over here. I don't know if he is on screen or not, but he will be keeping an eye on chat, and he'll answer any questions that come up, or feed them to whoever they apply to. So without further ado, let's get this hot rod project started.
I just want to say hello to all the mothers and happy Mother's Day to all of
Yep.
you.
Yeah, I probably should have said that too.
Happy Mother's Day to
Yep,
all
happy
the
Mother's
moms.
Day to all the moms out there. I hope you guys are out there living it up.
Okay.
Okay, so pull your truck. You're just gonna put the nose like right about here.
Just make sure it's the right fender's as close to that wall as we can get a better bump in. We got 10 watchers so far.
Okay. Hot rod mom. Yep. Far that ways. Okay. We should give them an overview of the truck.
Mom's got to give an update on the truck.
Okay.
Hold the what?
Pull the release. All right. So the truck that we're working on today is right here. This is my mom's 1966 Ford F100 that we put together for her.
Okay.
You push it back.
Push it.
Yep.
Where?
Nope, it's in here.
I forget where it was. It got changed.
And we fixed this car, or fixed this truck, by putting a LS3 power plant under the hood. And we've pretty much rebuilt this truck pretty much entirely underneath. It's all been, serviced and made as good working as possible. So we went through all of the suspension components. We actually changed over to 77 Ford F-150, right?
Yes.
Yeah, F-150 components to convert the front to disc brake. And we, just did the basic hot rod stuff. It's a LS3 with a Terminator X management system. And it's a good truck. Mom has been as quick as a 1246. She went a 1246 at 108 miles per hour, not 180. And she actually competed with this truck in the Race for the House, which is actually coming up pretty soon. It's an annual race that takes place at Maple Grove Raceway, which was one of our local tracks. And she actually went to the finals in her class. And unfortunately, she got beat by the BMW that bought back in. And but for her very first time bracket racing, I'd say that was pretty impressive. So today we are going to be replacing sort of a something that's been a problem for a little while, and that is this shifter right here. This is just a I don't know if it's a Hurst or what it is, but it's just a ratchet shifter. And the problem she's having is she can't get her fingers onto the T-handle in order to get it out of park, and it's sort of a nuisance.
I just can't pull it up.
Yeah, she's just, she doesn't have the strength to move the shifter, so we are going to be replacing it with this guy here, which is just a B&M gated shifter. And so that is what we are going to be doing today. So we bought this for her for Christmas, and one thing that we have to do right off the bat is this is a 3-speed gate, and we need to put a 4-speed gate onto the shifter because the truck has a 4L80E in behind the engine. So we just have to swap this guy over, and then we are going to be able to get this installed. And so that's going to be one of her Mother's Day gifts.
Okay, before you do anything else, you can do the pole.
Oh,
Hang it up.
okay. So the other thing today that we started this project last week, as you guys saw. This is a 1976 Nova that we picked up very recently, and we are in the process of swapping a LT or an L86, which is basically an LT1 Gen 5 small block, into this thing right here. This will be my dad's drag week car. We were planning to bring 2 Studebakers to drag week, but unfortunately, as you'll see, my dad has a sling on, and that is because he had to have an unexpected surgery on his shoulder, and he's just most likely not going to be healed well enough in order to be able to drive a stick shifted car. So we are going to build him an automatic shifted car, and hopefully this will...
Two dudes with 2 studs will be back.
Yep, 2 dudes with 2 studs will be back. We'll obviously do that shootout at some point. But yeah, here under the hood you can see that we have a Gen 5 L86, 6.2 liter. And the goal with this is going to be to make as much naturally aspirated horsepower as, what makes sense. The naturally aspirated class is a new class at Drag Week, and, we'd like to get in on that action.
But I want the most disc power.
Yeah, at some point we might go really crazy, but For the time being, it's going to be a more mild setup. You know, we gotta drive this thing on the street, and it has to last 1,000 miles, and so we don't need we don't need triple springs and solid roller and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna see if we can do well enough with something a little more mild. But the reason that I am talking about this is we asked in the episode where we introduced this car, what color do you guys think we should paint it? And we thought we would do a little poll because the two most popular choices in the comments were the original color, which was yellow on the body and white on the top, or should we go with the OG blue, like what my dad painted his, or had on his 76 Nova that he bought back in the 80s?
Yes.
Okay. So, should we go with that blue color, or should we go with that yellow and white? I mean, either way, we're probably going to do a white top, but should we go with blue or yellow on the body? So I'm going to start a poll here and let you guys, as you cycle in and out, you can leave your vote. So I'm going to set that up.
Don't show them the tab yet. That's from the video.
Okay.
We'll share that at the end and see what the poll looks like.
So how do I do that?
So we got a question. Factory Wreck. Factory Wreck. Yeah, I'll go with that. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. LS3 truck for mom. Are there any normal people in the family? Calvin, you're going to have to take that one. I'm biased.
Yeah, it depends what you consider normal. All right.
I don't know about that. That would definitely look cool. That would be very inconsistent with our financial numbers. Do this. We should have these in 4. There we go. Start. What? Over. There you go. Now you don't got a glare. There's a glare, honey.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting it out.
Gotcha.
Glare's going out. Code.
Alright, so there
this.
should be a poll available for you guys. OG blue or OEM yellow and white.
Yep, so go ahead and leave your votes.
Alright. Only 2 on the live chat. Is that right? Live chat has me.
Alright, so we got to. Alright, well, come on.
What do you want me to do?
That's what you need. Yep, that's what you need. Okay, Jonathan. Jonathan said OG blue with yellow stripes or factory yellow with OG blue stripes. That's like right out of the 70s.
I gotta really get because it was the wrong one.
Well, why don't you talk about, what else would you like?
I need help. I think there's a bug inside my snake.
I can hear you.
Yes,
Where?
right in the middle, down under here. Got it?
No. We'll take it off real quick.
Oh.
Can you still feel the bug?
Okay, we're back.
Well, we can talk about what we did with the truck recently.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on. Alright, Mom's getting mic'd up. All the warning labels need to be applied at this point. Color of a taco, like a taco. I like tacos. Okay, silly. Can you hear Mom?
Well, okay. Well, just recently,
You gotta wait for the reply to make sure people can hear you. Okay, can they hear you? So far, no.
can you hear me? Is my microphone on?
Should be able to hear you.
Okay.
Nope, still not. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hear Mom.
Okay, so only one of the microphones first.
Well, you can just talk.
Talk.
Okay.
Oh. No, I think yours is working either down.
It is.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Just recently, we rhino lined the truck. Our friend Dave with Bluestone Auto and Body, he
Yeah.
redid my bed. He had to pressure wash it, and
yeah, he sandblasted it, and he, just as you guys saw in the videos that we did on the truck, we redid the bed floor with brand new metal because it was totally rotted out. And recently we finished the job by having it rhino lined, so it came out pretty fantastic. There's still a little bit of sand and that kind of stuff that is just slowly making its way out. But otherwise it looks nice and brand new. And then he also looked at the windows.
the windows
So the windows go up
really nice.
really nice now. Before they were kind of a struggle, and now they go up super nice. And the wing window wanted to completely fall out of the truck whenever you opened it because it was just broken.
Especially on the right side.
Yeah,
On the
so
passenger
now
side.
it goes open,
Now it goes
and you
open.
can actually have your factory AC,
We got
and
we
got new seals on the doors.
new seals on the doors, and now it's a more comfortable ride.
Yep.
And it's
So
not
no more
so loud.
squeaks, no more rattles, and
He fixed the hood latch as well,
yep. So
because that used to squeak a little.
Yep.
loud.
So our last little bit for this year, at least for this truck, we want to put we want to make the factory speedometer work, and we want to install Mom's new shifter. So we can get one of them done today. So let's get to it.
Okay, how do you get the other mic working?
I can't. That's gonna take some diagnosis offline because can't do it right now. So I'm gonna hand this to Dad. Go silent here for a second. Transfer this over.
Trying to get this off.
Alright, you guys should be able to hear us again. Worst case, I have to go to phone audio, so I'm just gonna mic up Dad and he can come near us if we need to say anything. And
Yeah, you want to do the phone mic at the same time?
well, then we don't need that. Yeah, I can't do phone audio and like laugh license. I can one or the other. Alright, so let's get your new gate installed. So we got some screws out. Yep. So these little C-clips, they're really, really easy to lose. So we gotta be careful. I'm actually gonna do this because they're really easy to lose and I don't wanna lose one. So they're fine. Guns are straight.
Go yellow. Alright, bed liner looks great. Yes, it does.
Two.
When we first got that truck, the whole back end was completely rotted out. The whole bottom of the bed was gone. The bottom, about 2 inches of the vertical section were all rusted away. We had to replace everything. And if you look close in the video, you'll notice that there's no bolts going down through the bed, holding it onto the frame. We hid everything underneath, knowing that we were going to allow
It
light in
only
the
goes
bed.
one way.
Yep, that's how they do it there.
I'm gonna have to inspect these two knuckleheads here. Don't be losing that. You wanna have those strips? Wires. Alright, here we go.
Well, there's two.
This is the easy part, I'm sure.
Yep. You gotta have the right gate in it, or else you won't have the right number of D-dents for a 4-speed. Since this has 4 speeds, you gotta have four. No. Alright, so now. Alright, so we got 13 votes, but we don't see the results yet. Okay. So we'll have to do them at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral,
14 votes.
reverse,
Oh,
Heart.
Oh, check that out. Running 50-50, 15 votes.
Alright, now, I think the old shifter out. Yes, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going
Did you notice whether the cable's the same or not?
No, cable, I have.
She, she needs safety shoes. No, she's a Freiberger fan. Alright, guys. Where's everybody from? Is there that much of a delay? I think that's coming through. Bonnie.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, I'm gonna go get you tools. Yeah.
What? Then they're gonna have to put up with you. They're gonna see all your mean looks and faces when we talk. I can't hear you. I'm looking like a rookie here on this thing. Ready?
Yeah, you can just slam it.
That's it. We should move this thing in here to easily. Look at you doing things. Alright, that's a nice food truck you got. Sarasota, New York, John Parker. Alright, we've got New York and Ohio so far.
Tell you what.
Alright. What are you clowns doing? That's the camera's job. Detroit. Hi, Calvin and family from Dan in Detroit. Detroit. Dan Mortgage. Got Michigan, New York, and Ohio in the house. It's not near clear. Where will the paint line be? Right now, the plan is to make it identical to the original OEM paint job, so it'll be the roof, and the body. There's a chrome piece. Let me set this down, and I'll show you that. Yep. And you can also see some white, so I'm guessing that they painted the car yellow, and then came back and painted everything up here white afterwards, because you can see white paint here, but you can see yellow paint here, and it's all over the place. White here, everything down here is yellow. Can't get this thing to rotate. There we go. So you can see all the original yellow paint down here.
Okay.
Okay.
We got the shifter out. That was really, really easy. Just 3 bolts and you unhook the cable here and here and 1 clip.
You gotta speak into the mic, silly girl.
Yeah, they're probably.
Oh,
Did they
okay.
hear me?
Alright.
I have no idea if they heard you.
This
And this
to
to
this.
this. Ding, ding. Yeah.
Alright.
And the cable's the same, so we don't
Is
have
it?
to change out the
You
cable.
didn't show them your shifter cover.
What about the length of the
Oh, yeah.
You
shifter
didn't show
bracket?
them their shifter
And
cover.
something really special is the shifter cover. Look at that.
It's carbon
Oh, you just
fiber.
think you're cool.
Carbon fiber over aluminum.
You just think you're hot stuff.
Once I am.
Has nothing to do with the shifter, honey.
Oh, so you read the instructions.
Oh, do we have to read the
Yes,
instructions?
we do have to read the instructions. They'll tell us exactly which one of these guys
One of those
that we're gonna
guys?
need.
Okay.
Go get a pair of scissors. Scissors.
Honey, don't poke your eye out.
I'm not. I'm not gonna poke my eye.
Oh, Mom. 3 horsepower.
3 horsepower?
Yeah, look. Got stickers.
We got stickers.
That's worth 15 horsepower.
Yeah, no. 15
I don't think that was free.
Yeah. And you have to put this on too.
Oh, okay.
On here.
You gonna have Mom put that sticker on the door of shame?
I think we already have the info.
So I need this one here.
1, 2, 3, drive.
Yeah. One,
Okay.
two.
Make sure it's on the side that you can see. Why don't you wait until you get the shifter?
Yeah. Well, yeah, keep your stickers. Of course, we need this one. We need this one over here.
Ottawa, Canada.
So
So we need to find that one. I
there you
think
go,
there-
that's the
Is
one.
that the one? You sure?
That's the one.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
Ford, but
Cool.
it's not a Ford. Is it? It's a Chevy. It's a Ford. But it has a Chevy engine. And
We
it's,
fixed it.
it is a 4L80 a Chevy, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
4L80. Yep. 50/50.
Wow.
That's
50.
funny.
This is the one we need. But we need this hole. See, because we got. So we need the front hole.
Front hole. So we need
Yep.
hole F. There's F, C, and R.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
front, center, and rear.
Oh.
It's not science.
I thought it was Ford, Chevy, and Race.
Oh my goodness.
But no, it's
You have
front, center,
you have to
rear.
tell the racing song story.
Oh, okay.
No,
So,
there,
one day,
Hold on. There you go.
one day we were in our car, or in the truck. I don't know which.
Doesn't matter.
And all of a sudden, the national anthem comes on. You know, the Star Spangled Banner. It comes on the radio, which is doesn't come on that much. But all of a sudden, our kids, who were probably about 7 and 11, they
7 and
shout
9.
7 and 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 and 9. They shout out, "Hey, Mom, Dad, it's the racing song!" And we were like, "Oh my goodness!" We hit our head.
it's the only time we ever heard that song was when we were at the racetrack.
Yeah, the only
We just
time they
thought it
ever
was
heard
the
the song
racing
was
song.
at the racetrack. So, but we taught them a lesson right then and there that it's not the racing song, but it is played at the races and at football games, baseball games.
Okay, Mom. You gotta figure out.
Put your shifter in.
Oh, okay. Back to work.
Back to work.
Let me go get a
You're
marker.
slacking.
I'm gonna go get a marker so that we can mark the holes.
You're
Okay.
slacking while you're quacking.
Well, I thought we didn't have to do anything
We
like
gotta drill
this.
some holes.
We do?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we can go like some.
You don't want your hand to hit the dash.
Okay, come on, Mom.
Come on, goofball.
Okay.
Get in there.
Toronto. Albany, New York. It's a beautiful day here. Holy mackerel, it's beautiful. Alright, I don't know if I should focus in on these knuckleheads or spare you folks of this agony.
Okay, we're marking the holes for you so that it's comfortable for me. There won't be much trouble back here.
But what about comfortable for me? Don't you give me that look. I saw that.
What?
Take the shifter.
Oh,
Ta-da!
ta-da!
There we got 4 holes.
There are 4 holes
Now we
to
gotta drill. Okay, I'm gonna go get Sarah Punch.
Okay. It's just a little dusty.
You see how filthy the bed is.
Look at that hand.
Oh my
I've
goodness.
been working. So we had to go get the drill
Yep.
so that we can drill 4 holes.
Alright, what kind of embarrassing things can we say about Calvin while he's away? Somebody's got to have some kind of weird question they want to ask. How do you put up with your mom? Oh my goodness.
They didn't say that.
I'm looking at it right here.
You're right. I can see it on
Oh,
the screen there.
Okay.
You can't fool me.
Oh, we can.
You know, moms have eyes in the back of their heads.
They also have dragon tails.
He says I ride a broom.
That's a fact. Every now and then. We should paint your truck white, honey bunny.
Why white?
Because it used to be a white truck.
I don't care if it used to be a white truck. See, what matters is my favorite color is red.
Yeah, but.
The inside is red.
But. More and more white showing up every day.
It's because you keep on picking on it. You're picking the paint off.
Only little tiny pieces every now and then. Whoop! 23 votes. OEM's pulling ahead of OG. Make sure you vote, like, subscribe, the whole 9 yards, folks. I bet people get tired of hearing that. Like and subscribe every time they turn on a video. We know the routine, you retard. Don't drill into your mama. I still need nursed.
Put your hand right here.
No. Hey, it's my turn. This is Mother's Day.
Okay, just as long as you drill it in the right spot. Nope.
This is
Good.
really not hard to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it right.
Look.
Hey,
You people are goofy.
don't do it in the wrong spot. Right there. Okay. Nope, not there.
What? I was on the right spot.
Okay, I guess so.
It better be. Now we better double check.
Oh, it's a little late now, Mama. Say measure twice, cut once, not measure once, twice, cut once, and then measure again.
Let's see. Yep, it looks good.
Good enough.
Okay, we measured twice.
Okay, now we gotta drill them out.
Oh. So, how far do you have to turn?
Don't give me that look.
Yeah, over.
People are killing me.
Killing me.
Oh my
So, did they have any questions?
Not yet. Other than the one I asked earlier.
Yeah, but they didn't ask that.
I wouldn't bet on it. I might have deleted the question. April's on.
Hi, April. Hi, Scott.
You're silly.
What'd they say?
Nothing. Great to see all of you. Where is his wife? Whose wife? Calvin's? We're
Calvin?
looking for one.
Yeah. If you find
We've
a
decided
wife
that
for
we're going to
Calvin-
do a prearranged marriage because that boy's not going to get off his butt. Can you update? Oh, it's moving now. Can you update me on what you're doing? I jumped in late and missed the intro.
Oh.
Well, Mom got a shifter for Christmas, and we have not had a chance to install it because of the accident that occurred down in Georgia. So we decided that today was the day. So
'Cause it's Mother's
Mama's getting her shifter installed on Mother's Day. She's getting her Christmas shifter installed on Mother's Day. Because that's the way we roll. No excuses, right, Mama?
Day. We would have been freezing out here, but we did it over Christmas.
Here I was making you look like a hero because you've been nursing me for health, back to health for
Well,
3
I
months.
have been.
Okay.
Okay. Good to see you guys in great spirits. Nothing seems to get you guys down. No, we had our low moments. We had some pretty sad days through this whole thing, but the Lord was with us. God's with you even in the fire, and we came through the wreck and survived, and still on the mend. All right, what's next? We are at 54%, 26 votes. Ooh, so that means what? 2 people more. 2 people more must have voted for the. No, it just shows percentages, but it's an even number. So I would guess 2 more people voted yellow instead of blue.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. I think I got it there right there. Which one are we starting on? Do you have washers and luck washers?
No.
I thought they were called whooshers.
We just won't put them in.
Yes, you do.
Have you gone through the whole range of movement to see if it works?
Well, we gotta attach it.
Oh,
Otherwise, it's gonna fly off the handle.
Yeah,
like
way
you
she-
do.
That's
Yeah.
how aggressive she is. How aggressive Mom is. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Mean old mom.
Tear that shifter right off the.
April's throwing stuff at her phone right at the moment. Don't you call her mean?
I'm trying to get it. Well, I don't know if I can get it on there because they need to move the shifter.
Here.
There, now. See, isn't that much easier? Which one are you starting? That one? Okay, there we go.
Hey.
I think that's done.
Perfect.
Oops.
Oh my goodness.
That's a little thing.
You're blowing everybody's eardrums out.
Okay, well, put this little forward. I don't know how this works.
I'll show you in a second. Let's get it installed first.
Especially on Mother's Day.
Especially. Almost done. What are you doing? You're doing your job.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
cool. Okay, this one first.
Go ahead. A little breath.
A little bit harder.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now this one is
Go
gonna
Perfect.
be really.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We
So
got
that's
that part
park.
done. Park,
First.
reverse,
Neutral.
neutral.
Uh-oh, you did it again.
Orange
When you
straight.
go for neutral, just pull it straight back.
So that's first.
Okay, first,
Second. Squeeze the thing. Third. Now, you gotta pull it back a little. There's fourth. So that's drive.
drive,
Okay. Neutral.
neutral, and you
Press that.
press.
And we'll have a little thing here. It makes it easier a little. I'll do a little.
Oh,
But you just press this. That. Reverse.
reverse, and
Park.
park.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Good. Now, since our cable is the same,
Okay.
Are the brackets underneath the same?
I don't know.
We will find out.
Okay.
Looks like it. That's it. Move right on.
Where's my little powder thing?
Ooh,
Really?
blue's catching up to yellow again.
What are you doing? What are
I
you
don't know, I
doing?
need the powder pen. What is it?
No, the cup. You need to see. This one takes a sequence.
Oh, this one takes a sequence. Well, was there a C-clip in our...
It's in the back.
Okay. We need the C-clip in the bag. Can you bring the bag, please?
Yes, Your Highness.
Yeah, go.
You're so demanding.
Got it.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Is this one of the things? What are these things?
There's the cup.
For what?
Cup.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Did I get the right ones?
Yeah, I just need a scissors.
Okay.
Can I
Come
have
here.
the scissors?
Yes, dear. Again, you're so demanding.
You may not even
There's-
have to adjust
Hopefully
this.
there's a C-clip.
Where'd the scissors go? Put them away.
Did you put the scissors away?
Yep.
Yes.
In the drawer.
I don't know if there's a C-clip in here.
Anything else?
Uh-oh, Dr. Art's claiming that yellow's a silly color.
Yellow?
Yeah,
Yes,
that sounds like a double vote yes.
Yep. Okay.
And he says, Happy Mother's Day.
Okay.
Really, really, really easy to lose.
I'll look through this.
We'll find.
Here it is. I got it.
Found it.
So can I just put it right on here?
Yep. Just be careful.
Doesn't matter which one.
Nope. Push on.
Yeah.
Just don't make it go flying. There it is.
Okay, where did
I mean,
these
you
go?
got it.
I got it.
Good
There's
job.
another
There's
secret.
another one. They gave us an extra one.
Blues first. Okay, do we need
Okay,
this
so we
thing?
need this little, see that little red thing? That's your
Yes.
little reverse thingy.
Oh, okay.
Thingamabob.
What about these?
And then there's a screw. Okay, so we had a little hiccup there with our internet, so we should be back up to normal. Sorry about that, guys. Carry my solution. All right, the speaker's not working.
All right, the speaker's not working.
Right, but when you guys are talking, it's not on.
Okay, you can turn that off.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
coming off.
turn your.
Relax.
Okay. All right, can they hear us? Mom, talk. You would have heard about it.
Talk.
All right, so the microphones aren't working. So, all right, they can only hear from here. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's fine. Alright, you're gonna have to talk to them, Dad. We're going. That's fine. Okay. All right. Now, we are working in here, and we are trying to put the cover on. If anybody has used one of these shifters, you're going to know that these are kind of a pain in the butt to get the cover on. So, that is what we are working on now. So, I have to figure out how to put this phone.
Right here. Is that okay?
I need my tripod. My little tripod.
Need the tripod?
Yep. Yeah, I need my little one. Alright, just a second, guys. Okay. Can you guys hear us? So, we're gonna put this like this, and hopefully you guys can kind of see. This is awful. What I'm doing.
How do you know they can hear us?
I have no idea. I need help.
Can you check if they are hearing us?
Check and see if they can hear us. Okay, they can't see anybody. Cool. This is a kind of a pain.
Let me just hold it.
Alright, you hold the thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the new shifter. And now the tricky part is to...
Yeah. So on my car, I have the same shifter. And you got to be careful with these things because I've had my screws on my shifter rattle loose. So we are going to preemptively take them out and put Loctite on them and then put them back in because we don't want to deal with that. And that's one of the reasons why I don't have the cover on my shifter, because one, it's a pain in the butt to get this thing on and off, and in order to service the shifter you got to take the cover off. So we are going to take this screw out and put Loctite on it. So I gotta go get Loctite.
So we did not have to take this cable out, this cable shifter out, because it's the same as the one we had.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take some Loctite, put it on the screw, and then screw it back in.
while we're going down the track, it doesn't
rattle loose.
rattle loose.
Oh. The polling has inverted. Blue is now taking the lead over yellow.
Yep. Okay, let me get my head over here.
Okay.
Okay, that's good, that's good. Alright, we're gonna do this one too. Because nope.
What size?
It's probably 9/16.
Okay.
What's this here?
Not 9/16.
7/16.
I didn't get one. Okay, so we can start fishing this on. So these covers go on the top like so. And then they are an absolute nightmare because you have to like feed these little plastic spacer things in and then somehow feed the pin on. It's humongous pain.
9/16.
But you can't access anything in there, so it's like, yeah, it's just kind of a pain, which is why I don't have the cover on mine.
Okay, we're just gonna put Loctite on this boat as well.
Yeah. So take the whole deal off.
Do you have to take it the whole way off? Or the Loctite's in the
Loctite,
cup holder.
and then we put Loctite on the threads.
See this nice cup holder slash shifter holder? Calvin and I made that last year
Yep, just before
before.
Midwest Drags, I think.
Yeah. So this is a custom made shifter slash cup holder.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now we have to struggle.
Engine upgrades planned.
You got to come closer to the phone.
Well, that's the
Oh,
question.
I guess the
Are
question,
there
they don't need
any?
to hear that. Okay. Are there any engine upgrades planned for this truck this year? Probably not. But you know, the idea with this thing is reliability, and you know, we don't really need to make any more horsepower with this one. So, yeah, at this time, no. The hole's not punched out. Okay.
Well, is there any way we can glue that on
We could try. We could maybe tape it on.
with? Yeah, tape it on.
Tell
Yeah,
Dr.
that's a
Art
good
what it
idea.
runs, honey bunny.
It runs. I ran
a
it
good
down the
idea.
track and it ran a 1246 at 108 miles per
Can
hour.
you get us some tape, Dad?
What kind of
Blue
tape?
tape.
Like blue tape?
Yes.
We have a good idea, Mom.
Yeah.
We use blue tape to hold it in the right spot. Okay, so we need the thick spacer for this one right here.
The thick one.
I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
Line. Okay, I can get it, Mom.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take some tape. Mom just had a good idea. Let's just take some tape and we can hold the spacer on to this part, and then the tape will just live there,
And then poke a hole in
and
it.
then we'll poke through it.
No, poke a hole in it right
Oh,
now.
okay. So we got our hole, and we got
And
a
then
little
tape,
spacer.
tape
Yeah,
that
I'm
one
gonna
to
tape
it.
all of them on.
And then,
And then that will make it a whole lot easier because they literally give you zero access to this. I mean, maybe there's another way to do it. I have not found a better way to do it. So, yeah, if you guys know a better way of doing it, you can school me. So we're going to take our pin, use that to align the little spacer. Yeah, maybe I'll put my cover back onto my shifter.
Yeah, see,
Since
Mama
now I know how
knows.
to do it.
Mama knows best.
Yeah. Okay.
Do the
Tape.
other ones.
And then line it up with the pin. And then tape it down.
OG is still ahead of OEM
Yeah.
by 1 vote.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we can't go wrong with either color.
I'm thinking.
I don't know, I kind of like the yellow. Just because it's going to stand out in the crowd.
People know us. Look, those are those knuckleheads.
Okay. Alright. Let's see if it works, Mama.
Okay.
Put the cover on.
Put the cover on.
Make sure you don't wiggle the spacers loose. Good. Go on. There you go. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Welcome to my living room. Good to see you all. Glad you get the first walk on the
Okay.
here. Mom gets the hugs for being mom. Calvin is right on the OG color. Calvin,
Yeah.
yellow definitely stand out. Keep the votes coming. We're going to add them to all the colors in the comments. We're down to yellow with a white roof or OG blue with a white roof. Cast your vote. Don't forget to like and make fun of Mama. It's Mother's Day.
Okay.
So is that the way we should have it done?
You got nothing but elbow in this in your picture there, silly girl.
Well, that's okay.
That's it.
Well,
Ta-da!
ta-da! So we don't have to put any clips on this end?
Nope.
They won't
that's it.
come out?
Nope, they will not.
They
They
won't
have
come
little
out.
pins.
So.
See the little
Oh,
right there.
okay.
That's what
They
retains
have the little pins. Good. Rotate
rotate.
device.
it so it's landscape.
Oh,
Okay, now we gotta put our little reverse, little thingy, whatever you call it.
Sorry
And
if
then we
this
gotta
is...
make sure we Loctite that as well, because we don't want that to rattle loose. We gotta find the right Allen key for that. Okay, it's English. There it is. So, take some Loctite. And we've got Loctite on the screw.
Can I do something?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this started and then you're gonna screw it in.
Okay.
And you're gonna hand me the camera. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so Mom is going to screw in the reverse lockout tab thing. Alright.
Does this
Yeah, you
move?
just have to hold it with your hand and then tighten it.
but is it alright that it
Yeah,
moves?
it's okay if it. Yeah, you just
There,
have to hold it
It's
and
tight.
grab it like this.
tight.
Do it with this way. Do it this way.
Oh, okay. I'll do it that way
And you
too.
get more leverage.
You insist.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's
I
tight.
just can't see. There we go. Oh, it is tight.
Just make sure it's good and tight.
It is tight.
German spec, Mama. Good and
Okay.
tight.
Good
Good
and
and tight. Good job.
It is.
Okay. Alright, now we gotta adjust the shifter. So I gotta crawl underneath. No, we don't. The neutral safety switch is on the transmission.
Where does the thing plug into this?
We have to get I have to 3D print a
Oh, that's for
the line lock.
line lock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was another one of your Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Okay, so now press that. Push it real hard. See it? There's
Okay.
reverse.
Reverse.
And there's
and
park.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Reverse,
Reverse. Neutral.
neutral. Should be neutral.
Third.
Okay, there's neutral, I think.
Oh, that's neutral.
Yeah.
We have to get our sticker.
Yeah, you gotta get your sticker.
So I put it here.
Okay, here. I'm gonna crawl underneath the truck
Okay.
and we're gonna see if it's shifting right. So I guess I'll take
Here, give me
here.
the
You
camera.
hold on to
and
that.
I'll-
Does it say what gear to adjust it in? Because a lot of them they'll have you adjusted in second gear or third gear.
Yeah, I'll have to read the instructions.
Oh, that
You
sounds
will?
scary.
Oh,
All right, somebody needs to hold the camera because Mom's gonna be busy and I'm gonna be busy. So
All right.
Okay.
somebody needs to hold on to it
Well,
and talk to the folks.
well, you need the instructions.
Okay, I'm going under.
Okay, let's go under.
But you're going to be
You're
up
gonna
here,
be
right?
here.
Oh,
Yeah, you're going to go
Okay.
through the shifter.
all right. Should I have it in park?
No, neutral.
Okay, I think that is neutral.
You got the tires chalked, son?
Yes.
So we don't have their bracket, but we have the correct. This guy is correct. The shift lever is correct, but the bracket, the fault of the transmission, is not. Which it's fine. You know, it doesn't really matter. It just needs to hold the cable, and whether it holds it there or where it's holding it now doesn't really matter. So, okay, that's good. Take it
It's in
back
the
up
same
to
spot?
mom. Yeah. Well, I gotta pop the clip out, so I gotta go find a needle nose. I'm gonna come in from that side.
Here.
Alright, you get up and you film Mom.
Okay.
Camera.
Okay.
You're over there on the other side of the table.
Alright, just a second here, guys. Okay. Alright. So, Mom is going to sit here. Just gonna set this right here for now. Because for now. Good. You good? Yep. You don't have to come under the truck. Oops. So, shifting into reverse.
Reverse. You got to push that little lever forward.
I know, it's a little hard to push. I think that's reverse.
Yep. Then park.
Park.
Good. Okay. Reverse.
Destroyer gray. Somebody wants to paint the car.
Reverse.
Okay. Neutral.
Neutral.
Drive.
Drive.
Okay, third.
Third.
Good. Okay, second.
Second.
Good. Okay, first.
First.
Alright, we're good. Didn't even have to adjust it.
Wow.
Okay.
I think that's the easiest shifter change ever.
Alright. It's good to go. Put it back in the park.
Okay.
This ought to be a show.
Well, if I can. There's neutral. Why is it so hard to get it into reverse?
It's brand new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta break it in.
Okay.
A couple times. You'll get used to it, and two, you'll get used to it.
Okay.
break some
I
lubricant.
guess I'll get used to it.
That's
I'm gonna-
typically how it happens.
Yeah.
Great to see you are on the man. Yes, ready to get. I am so ready to get back in the seat, but we have a ways to go yet. I'm 3.5 weeks into having my shoulder immobile. 2.5 weeks from now, I should be able to start moving it a little bit without having to wear my sling. I had my first physical therapy session. Had my first physical therapy session last Friday. Oh my goodness, was that painful.
That's okay.
But thank you, and I tell you what, a lot of people are praying for me and praying for my family, and I'm very grateful for that. What did you do to your mama?
I sprayed a little bit of white lithium grease on her. Trying to free this thing up a little bit. Where's the needle? Here it is.
Okay. So that'll make it easier.
That's the hard part right there.
Yeah, right there is the hard part.
There we go.
Don't make it too greasy. The thing will collect a lot of dirt.
Well, we can
Oh,
like
okay, sorry, a second.
we can wipe some
Okay,
of it
so
off.
first, second,
Second,
third,
third,
fourth,
fourth,
neutral,
neutral,
reverse.
reverse. That's reverse.
Reverse.
And
Park.
park.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. Now you do it.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Reverse,
Reverse. Neutral.
neutral, drive,
Drive. Third.
third,
Second.
You don't
Squeezing the
squeeze.
handle.
First.
Okay, first, second,
Second.
third, and then you gotta, yep. There's drive,
Drive.
neutral.
Neutral.
Gotta push the lever forward. Just use your palm on the other hand.
It's still hard to do.
Yeah, you gotta, here,
Reverse.
if you pull back a little on the shifter.
I think it's chicken on something. You sprayed a lot of that stuff in there. It's like,
There it goes. Okay. Okay.
reverse. Drive.
Neutral.
Neutral. Drive. Third. Second.
Good.
First. Okay, go backwards. Drive. Neutral. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta, here.
it's okay. I can use both thumbs.
Hey, use your palm. Go like this. See?
Okay.
Good?
Good.
Good. Alright. Ta-da! And it's carbon
Sticker.
fiber.
We gotta put the sticker on.
Okay.
So,
You want to take it for a ride, hon?
yeah. But I wanna put this
We're gonna
in.
put Calvin in
Neutral.
front of the camera and do a Q&A.
Line neutral up. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Now
Got
you
the
got
sticker
your
on.
sticker.
Now I won't mess it up.
Okay, there's drive. Neutral.
Neutral. Reverse.
Reverse.
And park. Excellent.
Yay!
It works.
Alright.
Yay.
Alright, so Mom is going to go take her truck for a drive once we get all this stuff out of here. And she's going to tell us how she likes it. And in the meantime, we're going to sit here and have a little Q&A session with you guys.
I think Cameron's gonna go for a ride with her. Cameron, say hello.
Oh.
What was that, silly girl?
I thought Cameron was gonna talk about his exhaust.
He will.
Yeah.
Well, then who's gonna go for a ride with you?
Maybe you are.
What? But I'm the star of this show.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get all this cleaned up. Okay, I need to open the door.
Don't hit the barn. You already drove one Ford into a barn.
You know, I did that twice.
Yes,
Hit the
you
barn
did.
With a truck.
Just can't have anything nice around here.
Tell them how I hit the barn.
Which time?
Both times. if you
Oh my
want to.
goodness. This crazy woman. She had a party at the house. A bunch of her friends were over, and I come home. And she looks at me real sheepish. All her friends got real quiet when I walked in the door. I was like, this is weird. She looks at me real sheepish. Honey, I'm sorry. I hit the barn with the truck. I looked at it, I was like, okay. I'll take a look at it. And I go out, no big deal, you know. All her friends were like, oh my goodness, he didn't even yell at you. So I come back in the house and you didn't say anything to her. And I was like, no, I didn't know. I knew she didn't mean to do it. They were about fell over. That cracked me up. But the other time, Calvin and I were in the barn, and she knew that we were in there, and she pulled up to the door on the barn intentionally and bumped into it just to rattle our cage, and it worked. Woman's no good, I'm telling you. Nothing but trouble.
One more wheel chock I gotta get out.
Okay, I gotta go get
Alright, let's see. Frank's on.
Where's my shirt?
It's great to see you are on the mend. Yes, sir. It's good to be on the mend. Thank you. Ready to get back. And then, Dad, if you know Stroker race was, you won. It was too spectacular a finish. Don't do that again. I have no intention of doing that again. Although I got to tell you, when we were at the accident, you know, crash happened. I'm sitting there, I'm coming to, and I said, and now for my next act, I'm going to catch myself on fire. Paula reaches between the two EMTs and grabs a hold of my collar. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the hospital with 2 black eyes and 4 broken ribs. I couldn't believe it. What do you think of that story, Calvin? Is the other story better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what we've been telling people is actually what happened is when I came to, well, when I started to come to, I kept hearing this woman screaming in the background. And I kept listening, and I'm coming to, and I'm like, what is this woman screaming about? And then it dawned on me, it's my wife yelling. Here she's about halfway down the track, hands up beside her mouth, screaming as loud as she could, "Do not resuscitate! Do not resuscitate!" I thought, huh, I'll show her. I got up.
Yeah. There's been a few people that actually believe that story too.
Oh my word, it was funny.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, our one friend is over, and we said that to his wife, that Paul was screaming, "Do not resuscitate." And she gets this horrified look on her face, and she looks at Paul. "Did you really say that?" Paula says, "You should see his life insurance policy."
Yep.
She's nothing but trouble.
So, gotta have a little bit of fun with the situation.
Yeah.
All right, so let's give you guys a tour. Okay. So we got our nice, fancy, brand new B&M shifter. The only thing that we have to do yet is I need to get one of the shifter plates that has the line lock, because the line lock switch wires in through here. So I'll have to get one of those little plates so that we can get the button on here so she can have her line lock. But now Mom is going to take the truck for a ride, and I think Dad is going to go with her. So wish them luck. Alright, you going with her? You going with her, Dad?
I'm good. I'm not.
Okay, alright, so she's going by herself. Okay, have fun!
Be careful.
Be careful!
You got your phone with you?
Alright. So I'm gonna set this guy up real quick.
It's running, Calvin.
Alright, Cameron's working on some fancy stuff.
It's solving right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe we'll go over that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
How about wait till it's done calculating?
Okay, that's fine.
Then we
So,
can-
one of our goals with the, obviously with the Nova, here, let me set you guys down here real quick. And then I'm going to pop the hood off so that we can talk about it. This fiberglass hood is the heaviest fiberglass hood I have ever been, ever lifted off a car. This thing is like 30-something pounds. It's ridiculous. Okay. So as you guys know, this 76 Nova, our goal is to make this into a drag car, and one of the things you do to a drag car is try to make it as light as possible. So we are going to be installing some fancy suspension goodies and all kinds of stuff, but we are going to limit ourselves to 1 atmosphere here at the manifold, and so no boost, and we're not going to be spraying any nitrous or anything like that. Naturally aspirated. And the reason that we are doing that is because we want to participate in the naturally aspirated class at Drag Week. And that is a new class at Drag Week. Previously, they always had like a naturally aspirated portion of a given class. Like they'd have street race, small block, naturally aspirated. And they didn't really get a lot of participation in those types of classes. So they decided to make a standalone naturally aspirated class. So we want to get in on that action. So that is what we are going to do with the Nova. And that's something that we kind of haven't done for quite a while. We got into the turbo stuff, and We sort of haven't gotten away from running a turbo on something until very recently. And I think it's going to be a fun challenge. As you guys know, I'm going naturally aspirated on my Studebaker as well. But one of the reasons that we are doing that with this particular platform is if you guys follow Brian Tooley Racing, they just came out with a line of camshafts for these Gen 5 LT style engines. And they are actually getting some pretty impressive power out of these 6.2 liters. And we should be able to make this car go pretty fast with that combination. So we're going to probably go with one of their camshafts because they retain the VVT. And that is one of the goals with this project, is to learn how VVT behaves on a V8 like this. So we are going to go with that. And another test that they did very recently is they did port injection versus the factory direct injection. So originally on this engine, you would have seen injectors that inject the fuel directly into the cylinder. That is sort of one of the newest things with this Generation 5 series of engines. Now, for the factory, that they obviously did it because you get a more precise control of the combustion process, so you can make it so that the engine emits as little as possible. And you may think that is the only reason that they did that. Well, as Brian Tooley found out, they did a test where they did port injection versus direct injection, and they found that with port injection, I believe it made 680 horsepower, and with direct injection, it made it was 670 with the port, and it made 730 with the direct. And then they tried a blend between the two, and it landed right around 700 horsepower. So what they found basically is that the direct injection was a 9% improvement on the engine's output, because the fuel is not being injected before the intake port, it's being injected after, and therefore the head can flow more air into the combustion chamber because it's not having to carry that fuel with it and carry that past the valve. It's able to get more air past the valve, and then it fires the fuel into the cylinder, and it's able to make 9% more horsepower. So I think that is a substantial improvement. I am blown away that it's worth that much. I figured it was worth some horsepower. I didn't think it would be 60 horsepower. So we want to take advantage of that before everybody and their mom is running direct injection in this class. And, you got to spend $1 million to try and compete with them. We want to kind of take this substantial horsepower, improvement that may not be taken advantage of quite yet, and see if we can, do better with that horsepower improvement. So, since you guys are tuning in live, we just gave you that little bit of a sneak peek. So that is the goal with this platform.
I've shown this. Not that this is a big deal, but
Yeah. So another area where we are going to be chasing every pound is the rear end. So this is a Ford 8.8. So the car originally came with a 7.6 or 7.5 10-bolt rear end, which you can do upgrades to and make them pretty strong, but not for the horsepower level that we're chasing. 700 horsepower would probably make pretty quick work of that rear end, especially with a trans brake. So we are going to be converting the car to a Ford 8.8. And if you guys didn't know, the Mustang housings, like this one, are actually significantly lighter than the Explorer housings. Just from lifting the thing up, just with my back, I can tell that the housings are significantly different. We're actually going to weigh it pretty soon. We haven't had the chance to yet, but I would bet it's every bit of 40 to 50 pounds. It's a big difference. So that is another area that we are going to be chasing weight. You'll also notice that we are not going with a Ford 9-inch, which is more typical of what we typically put in cars, and that is because the Ford 8.8 is more efficient. We're limiting ourselves to 1 atmosphere, so we need to get as much horsepower from here to there, being the ground, as we possibly can. So that is the idea there. So yeah, we'll also.
Your mom disassembled that thing yesterday.
Yeah. So mom, dad obviously is a little incapacitated right now. So
Broken.
mom actually disassembled this rear yesterday. So you'll have to give her some props. But she is back from her test drive, as you can see here. What's she up to? What's wrong?
Shut it off. Okay.
Yeah, that's when the fan kicks on.
Yes. Well, we had that leak that we haven't addressed.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Shifter works great.
Okay, shifter works great, Mama?
Yeah, it's so
Good.
easy.
Yep. Yeah, you just grab the little handle and away you go.
Yeah, it's really
Cool.
nice.
No more
Fancy.
crying about the shifter.
Yeah, no more excuses.
It wasn't hard.
Okay,
Not
so,
that I couldn't do it.
alright.
Much easier.
Yep,
Thank you, Calvin.
you're welcome, Mama. So, you get cat t-shirts and a shifter install. What more could you want? So, this thing just needs a bath, and it'll be all ready to go, right, Mama? Alright. So, what do you guys think? I don't know if they can even hear me. Because I just talked there for a bunch and I haven't seen any comments.
No comments.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have any other questions, make sure you leave them below. Otherwise, we are probably going to hop off here. We got the shifter installed into Mom's truck.
We haven't finished the conversation about the yellow.
Oh, yeah, the whole reason that I was talking about the naturally aspirated stuff, we need to build a pretty awesome set of headers for this guy, and that's actually something that Cameron is working on. So, traditionally, for a naturally aspirated combo like this, you would hear people say, oh, you need to make a equal length header, and that's always been like the hot secret to making the most horsepower naturally aspirated. So we need to build a set of headers for this, but something that I have been curious about is I would think that, given if you guys watched the 180 degree header video with my Studebaker, given that there are uneven pulses between the cylinders on either side, since we don't want to do a set of 180 degree headers, is it possible to do a set of headers where you do unequal lengths and you try to time those pulses so that they are more even on that side of the cylinder? So if you guys aren't aware, on the particular bank of a cross-plane V8, you're going to have one cylinder that fires, and then 180 degrees later you'll have another one, and then 90 degrees later, you'll have another one, and then 270 degrees later, you'll have another one. It's not quite that simple. That may be out of order, but basically you have a boom, 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 and you have these short spacing between pulses and then this long space. And I'm curious, can you play with the lengths here in order to get the pulses going into the collector to be more even? Now, if you watch people like David Vizard, he actually did a test where he tried an unequal length and tried to tune the headers to be unequal length and try to optimize what I just talked about. And he has seen horsepower increases. But we want to be, he basically just did it by hooking it up to the dyno and trying a bunch of different primary lengths. And I think he had some sort of pressure measuring thing.
Yeah, a pressure transducer.
Yeah, he had a pressure transducer. I think it was in the cylinder. And he used that to somehow determine what the correct primary length for the engine is. And we're going to approach it from more of a theoretical side, and that's why we are involving Cameron, because he is a thermal systems engineer, and this is a pretty complicated thermal system, so hopefully he can help us out with it. He is currently modeling the exhaust system for a cross-plane V8, and he is going to try to figure out what the optimal lengths for the given cylinders for the particular engine are going to be, and then we are going to test that theory and see if we can improve upon the already measured dyno numbers that Brian Tooley has done with a LT1. So that is what we are going to do here. So that's sort of what we're up to.
Do we share this yet?
How's the pull?
Well, right now, yellow is 18 and blue is 21.
All right.
So
currently the blue is leading, but Dad also took the votes, the comments from the video that we did on the 76 Nova, and he tallied them up. So he came up with a tally for yellow. He came up with, what'd you come up?
27 with 19 likes, and on the OG blue, 20.
Okay. So we have a sort of a sway in the other direction for the comments in the video. So it looks like
right now,
yellow with white is current leader based on
Yep.
what you just said there.
Yeah, that'd be 20, that'd be, 45 to 41.
Yep. So you can actually see some of the original color right here. I think it's kind of a neat yellow. And then from this line up, it would have been white. It's definitely an odd combination. I have never, I can't even find an example of this generation Nova with that color combination. So it would be kind of neat to do that. I know David Freiberger did a 4th gen X body, which
Disco
was
Nova.
yeah, the Disco Nova in Hot Rod Magazine, and that was a yellow Nova, but it was yellow, solid yellow, not with a white top. So we got a couple more Happy Mother's Day, and then Turbo World says, "Gangsters, they gonna let me speak here today?" Yeah, Turbo World. Anytime he makes a comment on YouTube, they somehow they delete the comment, or I don't even know what happens there. It's because I see that I'm able to see the comments that he makes, and yeah, it's really weird. But
Happy Mother's Day to your mom. I'm too vocal, brother.
yeah, he's too
Most
vocal.
guys from Houston are.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time in Houston, have a lot of friends in Houston, and
Yep.
they're not known for being shy.
Yep. So You ready, Cameron?
Well, it didn't work completely well.
Okay. Well, we can just show him some fancy graphs and
Yeah, I can show
numbers
a little
and.
bit. Yeah, just give me a second here.
Okay. Oh, we'll
Trying to
give
make
him a
one
little
more
bit.
plot.
He wants to make a
Yes,
plot.
There's a lot of great people in Houston, Texas.
Yep.
But I still like to pick on my Texan brethren.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite Texan joke is this. You know what a midget is, right? It's
What?
a Texan with all the crap kicked out of him. Did he respond?
Mm,
He's thrown things at the screen.
yep.
Ah.
Name it Thunderstrike.
Thunderstrike.
That might be a good name, but we actually already have a name for the car.
Scrambled eggs.
No, I thought it was Gilligan. Yeah, we've been calling the car Gilligan because one of the previous owners' names was Gilligan. So. All right. So how do you like your truck, Mama?
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
It's really come a long way since we got it.
Yes, yes it
About-
does.
We got it in November, around November, right?
September.
September,
Yep.
September of 2019. Right?
Yep.
21.
21, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because we put it together that winter.
Oh, okay.
Then we had it last year and you raced it and took it to the show and
Right.
did that.
Okay,
And then it
it's 21.
sat all winter while we collected parts and you nursed me back to health. And
Yeah. Too many years go by too fast.
Yep.
yeah, but not that many with that one.
Yeah.
Truck sounds really good. Oh, it sounds real good when you got the throttle wide open.
Yep.
Did they hear?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah, it's got a nice rumbly sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the ride's a lot smoother.
Yep. So, yeah, actually, I'll share with my station wagon. You know, the truck does so well with the 4L80E that I'm actually considering. Well, I'm not considering it. I'm moving towards putting a 4L80E into my station wagon because I would love to have that overdrive and lockup. So that will make it even better for dragon drives.
Plus, you
And-
can get the gear out of it. Because
Right.
it's got 315s and
Yeah, it has a
what, a set
315.
of 350s for that thing. They're sitting around
Yeah,
here
they're around
somewhere.
here somewhere. Yeah,
And,
we have a set of 350s for the car, so that'll make the RPM through the traps much more into the meat of the power band, and should help the car to go a little bit faster. So,
What is it, 14% more torque?
yeah,
And then I can have my gears back and put it into the Camaro.
yep, yeah, we're gonna put those gears into this Camaro here.
With another 4L80E.
Yep, because we have another 4L80E, which that one was specially built by Jake's
Yeah.
Performance, and he that is a one of one serial number one of a clean neutral manual valve body.
Mhm.
Yeah, manual valve body.
Clean neutral.
Still has the
Serial number one.
yep, still has the lockup and all that stuff. And he also set it up so that we can power shift into overdrive, so that
Yeah,
we can.
we want to be able to shift with 1,000 horsepower all the way into overdrive, and with the 315 gears, we should be able to get that hunk of junk over 200. So
Yep.
that's going to be one of next year's projects. We're going to put that together during the winter. You're getting to hear about that here
Yep.
first. So.
Well, the few people that tune in for the lives, they get a little bit of a sneak peek.
But yeah, our goal is to. We were the first ever to set a land speed record in Maine in 2009 with a car, and we've set a total of 18 records with the old Studebaker. That's another video, which has got another video coming up. But as time has allowed, a lot of those records got broken, and we are going to be
getting this thing set up to run 200 miles an hour. So
Yeah, it's fine. Okay,
Okay.
Cameron is ready.
whoa, somebody from Alaska.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day from Alaska. Thanks for
Thank
tuning
you.
in. And Mom,
Thank you, Fluff Pants.
fluff pants.
You can't even.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
I can make.
Cameron has
I-
been doing some smart people stuff.
Yeah, I'll make these plots bigger. Let's try to.
So
Oh
he's-
wow, Blue's taking a lead,
Yeah.
pretty strong lead.
Okay, so what I'm working on is a transient compressible flow. It's not yet of the exhaust. It's just of a pressure wave moving through a pipe. So you can imagine a pipe that's 5 inches long
Hello, Kansas.
with atmospheric pressure in it, and all of a sudden you expose one end of it to a fixed pressure that's 10% higher, for example. And initially, the plot on the left is pressure, so that pressure starts to propagate down the pipe, and at the same time, the flow starts to speed up. Of course, this is governed by the speed of sound, so the flow further down in the pipe isn't moving yet, nor has it seen the pressure wave. But I've already run through some calculations here, so I can go forward in time here a little bit. Come on. There it goes. And the pressure wave has started to move down the pipe, and the velocity in the pipe has started to pick up. And we keep going. And the pressure wave advances a little further. And so on.
Yep.
And eventually, let me advance forward much further. But anyway, this wave kind of oscillates some more, and eventually it would reach a steady state solution. But for now, it's just a transient compressible analysis. So anyway, got to get the basics working, and eventually I'm gonna model the piston flow and valve effect, and then actually move a pulse of pressure and flow through the primary tube to the collector and for the different cylinders, and try and optimize length to optimize flow out of all the cylinders on one side of an engine. So,
Yep.
yep, that's what we're working at.
Yep.
So we got two things brewing at the same time. One, back in the day, a whole bunch of formulas got developed on how to optimize primary tube length, and it always seemed odd that you would size everything in an engine for one tube length, with the RPM being transient, one, and two, with two cylinders firing back to back on each bank, you would have potentially a log jam inside your secondary pipe. So we've been talking about for a while, what if we figured out what that range would look like for where it's going to operate in, put lengths of primary tubing within that range, but staggering so that they would ultimately be beneficial for the overall flow by unbundling those two cylinders that are sequentially fired into each bank. So as we laid that all out and covered the range of optimum RPM per cubic inch, we came up with a series of lengths that matched that expectation, and then we ran the idea past Cameron, and he's trying to prove it out in the calculations that he's doing, and we're going to compare our results.
Yep. So.
Okay, I read in Corky Bell's Maximum Boost book touch about this, but it was vague to the point as far as frequency pairing. I have that book. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that. You know, I have fooled with headers, and everybody from back in the 60s, 70s, 80s was very aware of how much effort went into trying to make headers optimized for that. As a matter of fact, we live on the road that stall header used to be based on just down the road from here. Bill Jenkins was based out of Malvern, just east of here. We have, you know, headers by Ed books. We've had a lot of people have influenced some of the opinions that I have about headers, and a lot of people try and claim to be first or the most innovative about things, and I'm not throwing any stones. It's just funny to me that for, you know, half a century people have been talking about all these things, and when I've watched recent videos about unequal headers and that kind of thing, there's a lot of very good valid points, but nobody can claim to be first. This is something that's been sorted. As Calvin first questioned some of these things to me, I had already thought about them, but ultimately it led to an opportunity for us to talk about our theory on operating all these tubes within a range rather than for a specific RPM, and taking time to run it through the scientific side of things has been a wonderful opportunity. It makes for a lot of fun conversation at dinner. Poor Paula sits there and rolls her eyes at us as we're talking about headers for a race car, but it comes up at dinner time a lot.
So this is another plot, in case you're curious. You can ignore all this stuff over here, but this blue line is the inlet velocity to the pipe in my little hypothetical example, and this is the velocity at the end of the pipe. And you can see initially the velocity is moving at the inlet of the pipe, and then once the pressure wave hits the end, the velocity at the end of the pipe starts to pick up. And so far the simulation is showing this kind of oscillation between the inlet and outlet velocity on this pipe in this particular example. For some reason the simulation crashed here. I don't know why, but we at least made it from 1 inch per millisecond of velocity to 4 inches per millisecond, and then it stopped working.
Yeah, Cameron's been working on this for like off and on for like a month now, and it's, you know, this has been a pretty hard problem to solve. There's a lot of variables. Maybe you can go show where you plug in the variables and show them how many different variables there are to this system.
Yeah, I don't have that with me.
Oh,
right
you don't
now.
have, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's taken in, like, you know, the camshaft profile, bore stroke, you know, exhaust temperature, and like
Compression
all
ratio.
kinds of, yeah, compression ratio, and
I'll get there. Right now this is just a simple example.
right, yeah. So he's gonna try and take all that and plug it into a, you know, something that you can plot in an Excel sheet, and you know, this is what he does kind of for his day job. So this is, you know, this is.
So the next poll is going to be Dad's OG empirical formulas or Cameron's new high-tech scientific prove it to the world, put somebody on the moon
Yep.
data.
Yep. NASA versus some guy in his garage.
Knucklehead. NASA versus Knucklehead.
Yeah.
Knuckle dragger.
So yeah, Honda Tech. He said he just tuned in. Basically, what we're saying, or what we're trying to do with this calculator. So one, we're trying to just calculate what the flow through a pipe versus time will look like for a internal combustion engine, and the ultimate goal is to be able to model this for a collector of four tubes on a cross-plane V8, and then determine if a unequal length header on one bank of the engine will result in a better design for you know.
Yeah. Long story short, we're trying to separate the sequential exhausts into the secondary piping, and be
Yep.
as efficient about it as possible.
So, yeah, bunch of
Bunch of
crazy math,
blah, bunch of blah blah blah.
and yeah. So,
Too many engineers in the family.
yeah,
We got too much time to think about stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah, and I don't think at all.
that's okay, Mama. You keep us all straight. All right. So, if you guys have any last minute questions, go ahead and ask them. Otherwise, we're probably gonna hop off here and continue our celebration of Mother's Day. I hope you guys are excited about what we're doing here as we are, and
Go see my mom.
so I'll give you guys like another couple minutes here, and then we're gonna close this guy out.
Then it's time to go see Grandma.
Yep. So
Still got 27 launching,
yep.
but no. Okay. Sharon.
One of my presents was I got my mom this fun T-shirt here. My mom likes cat shirts, so I got her this starry night with the cat trying to play with the moon. So yeah, and then I got her another shirt, and it's a cat with a cowboy hat, and it says Meowdy instead of howdy. It says Meowdy.
You people are not
Uh-huh.
healthy.
And then he got me another T-shirt with a black cat on it,
Yep.
but it's a black T-shirt.
Yeah, you can use that for pajamas or something, because it was a little bigger than what I was expecting it to be. So,
But
We
that's
need to
okay.
lock up your truck, and we need to call my mom because.
all right. So I think it's a good time to close this out here. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. I don't know if you can see me or not, but
Yeah, thank you
Anything?
all
yep.
for tuning in.
So happy
It's
Mother's
fun.
Day to everybody out there.
They can definitely see the back of your head, son.
Yep. All right. So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. I hope you had fun with our little live stream. Sorry for the little hiccups that we had. We lost internet there for a little bit, but we worked through it. So make sure you guys go out there and celebrate Mother's Day. And yeah. Anything else you guys have to say?
Happy Mother's Day
Yep.
to all the wonderful mothers out there.
All right.
They're awesome.
All right. See you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for future updates.
Okay.